Welcome to Janie Flores Live. We're celebrating 5 years on the air, streaming on radio, Facebook Live, Zoom, SoundCloud, and YouTube. A big thank you to you, our friends, for keeping us company on this journey as we've had conversations with over 350 fascinating guests on the show. Thank you to our sponsors who have been with us throughout the years. They are legacy partners. One of those sponsors is Florida Venture Foundation, a nonprofit organization who, through their business outreach program, assists small businesses in receiving their certification as vendors with Miami-Dade County. By registering with Miami-Dade County as certified vendors, they can bid for contracts with the county. To receive more information, contact Alina Delgado at fboutreach@yahoo.com. The business outreach program is funded by Miami-Dade County. A big shout out to another of our legacy partners, Ford Motor Company. I had the pleasure of attending the media event at Rusty Pelican recently to drive the all-new F-150 Ford Lightning, the first all-electric truck. A magnificent machine and, more importantly, sustainable. On today's program, we're having a conversation with a fascinating guest. She's been on our show before, and we welcome her back again. Christi Fraga, Miami-Dade School Board member and now candidate for City of Doral mayor. It's been quite a while since we've had you on the show. The last time you were on the show, we were in a big studio, right?
Yes.
That was post-pandemic, pre-pandemic. We're post-pandemic now.
That's right, pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID. So welcome, Christi. It really is an honor to have you on the Janie Flores Live show once again. And we're celebrating, right? Congratulations are in order. You are officially a candidate for the city of Doral, city mayor of Doral. Congratulations, Christi.
Thank you, Janie. I appreciate it.
Well, you know what? Since I've known you, I've always known you to be a public servant, always at the forefront of different initiatives that are helping the community. And let's talk a little bit about that, because all of that has been a progression to where we are today, Christi. And I know you started out as a council woman for the city of Doral, the youngest council person elected to the city. Tell us a little bit about that, how your life has led you to a life of public service.
Yeah, so, well, first of all, thank you for having me again. And so it's been just a little over 9 years now, which is incredible. It's been an amazing experience. I've been able to have some opportunity to gain different experience now on the school board than I was able to gain while I was on the commission here in Doral. Started when I was 24 years old. I just turned 35. So it's really been an incredible opportunity to be able to serve and learn and build relationships, not just with my colleagues, but with this city and with this community. Yeah. So that's why I decided to take this leap of faith. And a lot of residents asked me if I would do this. And after speaking with my family and discussing it, and loved my time on the school board, it's been incredibly rewarding. But I realized that I had a greater opportunity to impact a lot more people in the role of mayor directly. And it's what I know, it's what I did for the past 8 years as a councilwoman. And I feel that the positions that I've had have really prepared me for this role, to be able to continue to serve my community and provide the expertise that I have in making this a better city, and focusing on elevating the quality of life within our city.
And you've done many things. When you were a councilwoman for the city of Doral, you were also vice mayor at one point as well. Tell us about some of those initiatives that you were spearheading while you were serving in that capacity, and really how you see them, how they've blossomed now. For example, Jackson Health. Jackson, I know that was one of the things that you led, and I was really behind you on that. And now I pass by on 826, and we've got this beautiful, beautiful hospital right there in Doral.
Yes. So that's absolutely true. Jackson was one of those projects that was just came forward to me by someone at the hospital, called and said, we want to go west. We're looking at your community. Can you help us? And I said, yes, we would love to have a hospital here. We need a hospital with the growth our city is having and how we've developed. It would be very beneficial to our community to have a hospital within our boundaries that can serve the community in the level that Jackson does. And so we identified that site, and the rest is history. We have this gorgeous facility, which was also a partnership or a contribution made by the Jose Milton Foundation. We're extremely blessed because I think that just elevated the architecture and the caliber of facility that was able to be developed by Jackson Health Systems, and we're just very proud of that project. And I was extremely blessed to be a little piece of that, and so I'm honored that they called me to be a part of that, and that was great. Additionally, I focused a lot on transit and traffic, which we know is a situation that we all face here in South Florida. Particularly, I believe my generation is a lot more open, or the generations coming after me, I should even say. I still consider myself young, but I believe our generations, our younger generations, are more open to taking public transportation. So I feel that my role, or our role as public servants and leaders in this community, is to find ways to make public transportation more efficient for our end users. So I focused on our trolley system and created the direct trolley route to FIU, along with the former president of FIU, Mark Rosenberg, who was a dear friend, or is a dear friend. And I sat with him and said, how do we enhance public education and higher education for our students in Doral? We have over 4,600 students, faculty, and staff that live in our city. How do we get them in and out of the university? We know that parking is a situation at the university, and traffic is a problem in South Florida, and particularly in Doral. So we found a way to create a direct trolley route that travels on 107th Avenue. It's very efficient, and the students absolutely love it because they get to work on homework or catch up on things on the trolley. We have free Wi-Fi. It's also great for faculty and staff that want to use it. And so it's been very successful. I was able to get a grant from the TPO for the first couple of years, and it's been a very successful project. Besides that, I also focused on our parks and recreation programming for our youth. Keeping our youth active in sports and culture and art is the best way to keeping them out of trouble. And so we developed some great new programs within our parks. I brought Best Buddies to our city and created programs with other organizations outside of just the city, but private entities as well, to bring a recognition and awareness of the importance of involving our special needs community in our society. So there's a lot of great projects that I was able to focus on, and some which we haven't been able to see come full circle yet or completion, like our Olympic swimming pool, which is another project that I really spearheaded. And I'm hoping when I become mayor now in November, I will be able to bring that project back on track and get it open for our residents to enjoy very soon.
That is absolutely inspiring, Christi. And, one of the things that we know about Doral is that it has really grown exponentially in every way. Population, businesses, development. When you look at Doral now as a city and what it's come from and where it's at right now, what do you see? What are you projecting for the future with such a diverse population now, such a diverse, not only people, but also the type of businesses that are there? They continue to go to Doral. I see new businesses opening up all the time in Doral. What are you looking? How are you forecasting for the future? And what kind of initiatives are you putting forth for the citizens of Doral?
Yeah, great question. So, I think the challenge that we have moving forward is making sure we continue to have a healthy balance of commercial and residential within our city. It's what allows us to have a healthy tax base. I'm also looking at creating new revenue streams for the city so that we're able to continue to enhance our services, the services we provide. So looking at annexation, and different ways to enhance the revenue streams that come into the city. But I think keeping that balance is going to be our greatest challenge, attracting businesses that continue to invest in our community in a healthy way. So that's something that we're going to focus on, and I think initiatives that will help us get there with that, and are going to help our residents as well. Doral tends to be pretty transient. I think we're becoming a lot more established now, but I still see that in a lot of communities. And we're a very heavily dense immigrant population. So I would like to open up an information and resource center. And what would that entail? So imagine a center within City Hall that would have a couple of computers, some very highly trained individuals to be there, and provide a customer service that basically helps people find solutions or responses to their questions. Whether it's a business owner coming in to find out what permitting process they need to go through for a license, or what type of business they can open in a certain zone or section of our city, or it's a resident who just moved here, just came from another country and doesn't know how to doesn't know how to navigate our school system or enroll their child in school. We have the resources, the knowledge, and the ability to partner with other entities, organizations, and agencies to provide these services directly to our residents. So I look forward to opening up that center within my first 100 days in office, and partnering with other agencies such as Department of Children and Families to help families who need resources, who need information, older couples who may need, food stamps or services, or, housing. We have the ability to help our community, and I don't think that we do enough of that. And so that's one of my biggest projects and initiatives for my term as mayor, and I look forward to getting that done.
Doral has some very important facilities and organizations that impact this region as a whole.
We have a Category 5 building, emergency center within the police department and within our public works building here in Doral, where we host as our command center should there be an emergency situation in Doral, should there be a hurricane of that magnitude. That's where we would house and deploy all of our emergency operations from. So yeah, absolutely, we have the technology. We need to continue to enhance. It's not all perfectly synchronized and operational. I think there's a lot more we can do, but we definitely have the capabilities to be, to be a trendsetter and a city that many cities, not only in Florida but the nation, can turn to learn from as we prepare for all types of scenarios, including natural disasters, and how we handle those situations. And we have to be prepared for that. And I'll tell you, coming in, I'm a finance major and expert. I did finance and accounting, pretty much my entire professional career. It's what I studied, and have focused a lot on economics as well through that segment and my time in public office. And so I'm concerned about our economy and how we as a city prepare to support and help and be, and really partner with our community in a time where people can struggle and that we could enter into an economic crisis. And so I'm going to come in with a mindset of preparing our city to have the ability and preparation and be ready to help those who may need it, to make sure our community continues to thrive in an economy that could hurt many other cities and areas and regions. And so I hope that coming in, I can do that so that others can also learn from us.
And that's a very, very important topic. And I'm glad that you are, going to be addressing that issue right off the bat, because so many of our businesses here in South Florida, in Miami-Dade County, are small and micro businesses. I believe over 80% of the small businesses in Miami-Dade County are micro businesses. And we know that Doral is definitely a hub of economic activity, lots of startups, lots of small individual micro entrepreneurs launching their companies, especially as new immigrants arrive, they're launching businesses, and Doral has been very welcoming to this group. And so I'm definitely happy to hear that, because this is a special area of work that I do, and really helping to address the needs and providing resources for those new startups, those new emerging businesses that are that want to contribute to the economy and that need our help to be able to maintain and survive.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of times it's just about orientation. A lot of people just sometimes don't know where to find the resources. So that's why I say it's not that we're going to solve everyone's, problems, but we want to be able to answer your questions and get people in contact and partner them with the right entities, organizations, and agencies that do have the ability to help. There's a lot of grants out there. There's a lot of opportunity, incubator hubs, where different entrepreneurs or inventors can work together on startups. And so I think that our city's in a great position to be able to nurture and support that.
I completely agree with you, Christi. And so, Christi, how can we follow you? How can we learn about your different platforms and what you are proposing for the city of Doral? How can people learn a little bit more about you?
Absolutely. My website, christifraga.com. It has all the information. It's much more detailed on my plan, not only what I've done and the accomplishments that we've been able to reach for the benefit of our community, but also my plan, my very detailed proposals for this community, which I think are extremely important. And also social media. I'm very active on social media. I pride myself on being very accessible. And so I answer all my DMs myself. If not, it's my right hand who's looking and make sure that I get the messages. So social media is a great tool for me to speak to my community, but also for my community to speak to me. I have virtual office hours on Fridays on social media, where we post an opportunity for the community to ask questions, and I answer them live. We took the day off today. Last week, my staff took over my social media because I was on vacation, but we are definitely accessible, or I'm accessible there on social media. And then of course, email is a great way to get a hold of me and be able to ask any questions. But I always have the ability to answer the community very quickly through all the platforms that we make available to those who want to get a hold of me.
Well, thank you so very much, Christi. Once again, congratulations, an official candidate for the city of Doral mayor. We're so excited to see what's coming down the pipeline for you. We've watched your career over the past years as you've, again, served the public with all your heart, and we really admire you and we respect you. Thank you so very much, Christi.
Thank you, Jamie. It's great to be with you. And for those of you who live in Doral, I hope to have your support that are watching us today, and hope that you will join us, maybe canvassing or making phone calls for that November 8th victory. We need as many people to join us as possible. It's really, not only does it fill my heart to see so many people come and get involved in our community, but also it helps us get the message out to the rest of the community. So thank you for this opportunity, and we hope that some of you will join us on the campaign trail.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Christi, for joining us today.
Thank you.
What a wonderful conversation, and so exciting, the plans and the vision she has for the city of Doral. What a wonderful opportunity for her as she campaigns to become the next mayor of the city of Doral. And well, let me tell you, coming up August 26th, once again, is the Hispanic Women of Distinction Awards at the Signature Grand in Davie. Tables are sold out, and start preparing for the 5th annual Hispanic Heritage Entrepreneur Awards in October. It's not too soon. You've got to start submitting your application and your interest in being selected as one of the 5th annual Hispanic Heritage Entrepreneurs for 2022. And of course, please follow us on social media, on SoundCloud, on YouTube, and tune in every Friday at 3 o'clock p.m. on the Janie Flores Live Facebook page for another show where we have conversations with fascinating people. God bless.